Hey YouTube land, welcome back once again to another action figure review. Today we're looking at the last of, depending on which way you're watching this video sequence, it should be the last video review for the Eagle Force Wave 5. So far it's the last Eagle Force figure I have to review as well, but hopefully I will be getting more at some point. But I think I kind of saved, I wouldn't say the best for last, but like it mightn't be other people's favorites or personal best or personal favorite. I think this is one of my favorites from this wave, and it's just because of the way the character is designed, and the look of the character reminds me of a character from a certain TV show. Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, it's like the Bionic Man or stuff like that. Now, to me, I know it's designed off the Bionic Man, but he looks far more like another character, and I'll get into that in a minute. First, I'll just go through the box. So the box is the same standard box as we have with all the rest of these figures. And it has his name, Matt Matheson, the Adventure Force pilot. And if I flip around, you have a character image. And again, this is the collector style packaging. So you just open up a little flap here at the bottom, and you can slide the card out. And then onto the right up, because you can see the figure lineup on this, and if you're watching all these videos, you know which ones are already in this. So Major Matheson, or not Major Matheson, Matt Matheson, Adventure Force pilot. He can fly just about anything with wings. Matt's biggest strength is that he never gives up, not even after his entire body was broken and rebuilt. General Davis Rook. So Colonel Matt Matheson was the best test pilot in the Air Force ever created. Always willing to bend the rules, Madison pushed experimental aircraft to their absolute limits. His luck would eventually run out when his jet crashed into the Indian Ocean. The impact broke every bone in his body and damaged almost all of his major organs. Yet he somehow survived long enough to be given a new lease on life as a recipient of the military's first fully functional cybernetic skeleton and bionic nervous system, aka the Bionic Man. But just the design and coloring of this figure reminds me of Barry Dillon from Archer, from the last series they did of Archer, where he kind of had this kind of red jumpsuit looking thing on. Where he again is a parody of the Bionic Man, but I think what kind of sells it for me is the blonde hair, because I think in the Archer show, Barry is always blonde, and it kind of just looks more like him than he does the Bionic Man. But that is the character that he kind of reminds me of. That's why I kind of like this character a bit more. It would be cool if they did a character that looks, well, they may have already done it in one of the other waves, a character that looks exactly like Archer from the Archer series or TV show. If you're not familiar with it, it's an animated TV show that kind of a parody and a comedy based on spying and how useless or how good they can be at spying and stuff like that. And one of the major characters is Barry. Over the course of the series, like it's 5, no more, I think it's like 6 or 7 seasons in now at this stage. Over the course of the history of this series, when he got introduced, becomes more and more damaged and becomes more and more replaced with cybernetics. So it kind of reminds me of him, because if I get into the accessories he comes with, he comes with a couple of unique accessories. So I'm going to pour them all out. I'm going to move my camera down, so bear with me a tick, because I'm not going to make a mistake. Yes. Here is the Eagle Force base. We've seen this in a few of these already. He comes with an entire arm, and he has his punchy fist in. He comes with an entire arm that doesn't have the cybernetic piece exposed, which is kind of cool. He comes with an alternate right hand, which has the cybernetic hand. This is the same hands that came with the Major Draconis figure. It's the same cybernetic hand that came with like the Captain Eagle, just done in a different color. So you can swap those out. Now the one thing that this guy does not come with, which is kind of interesting, is he doesn't actually come with a pistol or a gun of any sort. Unlike the rest of the characters, they came with either 1 or 2 pistols. This guy comes with none, but he does come with a whole set of hands. I'm just going to move some out of the way there. So he comes with these. He comes with the standard trigger finger hands. He comes with the standard graspy out hands. Comes with the standard grippy hands. He comes with the standard punchy fist hand. Now his robotic hand only comes with the one hand, and the other off the right robotic hand only has one hand, so there's no alternate hands for that. But then the other kind of cool thing he comes with these karate chop style hands, so you can kind of simulate that bionic speed kind of motion thing. So you can put them in his hand and have him, you know, like looking like he's running forward really fast. So in order to swap out his arm, you pop the arm off at the ball joint, and you just pop it into the peg, and you have him with his kind of perfect suit with no damage to his arm. And pop out his hands, pop out the old hands, and you pop in his karate choppy hands, and then you can kind of make him look like he's in a kind of, probably be better if his head was kind of looking in the direction he's running, kind of in a super speed running pose kind of thing with his hands. So it is kind of cool you can do that. He does come, or you can just have him looking like he's doing like a bionic karate chop or something along those lines. But he does come with those kind of open palm hands. Now the hinge on them are up and down. As I said, depending on which hands you have in these figures, you either have a horizontal or a vertical hinge. So I'm going to pop his accessories back into his bag. Out of all the figures, he doesn't come with a huge amount of accessories, but he does come with some of the more unique ones. So you can pop those back into his little baggie with all his gear, and we'll bring in some guys to compare him with. We'll start off with his Ego Force team members. So we've got Grim, Agent Grim, Silverback, Santini. And just move stuff out of the way. Sandstorm, and the main man himself, Captain Eagle. And then for non-Captain Eagle-y stuff, Harry Wheatley from the Jurassic World line, Superman from the DC Spin Masters line, Joker from the DC Spin Masters line. So we have a Batman character, villain, and a hero. The Crimson Twin Tomax from the 25th anniversary line, and from a galaxy far, far away, we have the whatever the hell his name is, which I can't remember his name, but that blue dude from the Mandalorian series. And last but not least, we'll throw him in at the back. He'll probably fall over, knocking over everything. It's the Unmasked Predator from the Hiya Toys line, who doesn't really want to stand, but you can see how tall he is. So he should be in scale with everything. So all in all, it is a really cool figure of Matt Matheson. Well, I don't know the character of Matt Matheson. He's really cool kind of bionic man kind of character design. If you're not a huge fan of him, you can easily pass on him. He's not one that you can really army build that much. Like, you could probably customize, repaint a lot of stuff on him, but he's not one that you can army build in the sense that he has alternate heads that give him like a completely different look, or a kind of generic soldier look. That kind of thing falls in within Sandstorm's kind of more release, and the kind of bad guys releases, which is the Riot. In fact, as he's there, the Chicanis and the Riot Commando have that kind of generic army building kind of thing going on. So even still, he's a good figure. He's not a deal breaker if you want to pass on him. Again, he does have the unique components, but he's not like a must buy or anything like that. But if you're a fan of Archer, he does look like Barry from Archer, for Barry Dillon, the cybernetic bad guy from Archer, or he does look like the $1 Million Man, or the Bionic Man, or whichever way you want to call him. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video review, and hopefully if you're watching this at the time of this recording, these guys should be still available on Big Bad Toy Store, and I'll try and throw a link into the description below. And as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Cheers, guys.